name's Clay Hicks. I'm the CEO founder of H7 Network. I'm here with Evan Mestman today. Evan Mestman is not only an Alpha Team lead with his own group inside of the community, but he is also Evan Mestman with Pro Attitudes. He's an entrepreneur from New York, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Evan today. So, Evan, if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by sharing a little bit about yourself, maybe some personal stuff for a couple minutes there.
Sure. Hey, I'm grateful for you having me on here. So thank you for inviting me. As a kid, I learned how to garden, and now I cultivate optimism with my clients. So, I started my business so many years ago as my first client. My nickname was Heavy Evie, and I looked in the mirror one day and just said, this is not something I want to stick with. I'm not happy. And only person who can do this is me. I made some ordinary changes over a summer and it led to transformation. And I've been reverse engineering it ever since. But I'm up, you told me personal. I'm up in New York. I'm in the New York metropolitan area. I live in this beautiful place. It's like being on vacation every day called Huntington, near the harbor, and I love it. I'm married with a beautiful wife who's a podiatrist. My son is an artist, and there's his artwork back there. It's generation drop art. He's amazing. And I have a big garden. There's no lawn in the front yard.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Evan. So that's a great story. I'm sure many people can relate to that. So thank you for sharing. Why don't you tell us about your business, Pro Attitudes?
Well, Pro Attitudes is a opportunity for business owners and leaders who've climbed that ladder to success, but they left their health on the bottom rung. When I was a kid, besides losing weight, I also had every family member dying from heart disease, diabetes, cancer, morbid obesity, and autoimmune diseases. I mean, it was rampant everywhere. And at a young age, I looked around and said, I don't want to end up like that. So the combination of that, along with learning how to change my habits and then going to school to say, well, how do I do this as a living? And I didn't know until my senior year in college. And nutrition is a vehicle because it puts together the psychology, the pathophysiology, habits. It does everything together, fitness, and I put it all together. And that's really the culmination of Pro Attitudes is along with that drive from wanting to help people, including myself, not die from a chronic illness or spend the last 10 years of your life managing a chronic illness. But I also spent 20 years in corporate America, which gave me an opportunity to understand how powerful taking care of your health has on leadership. And I worked in sales, management, and leadership at really big companies like Roche, 3M, and Convatec. And it gave me that understanding of corporate America sucks the joy out of everything you do. How do I bring more mojo back to people in leaders, the leaders that are out there? Because it's the leaders that are driving. And it's just like for you, it's you're the one, the driving force of H7. People are here, yeah, for H7, but they're here because of your leadership. And how do you drive that? What is the consequences though of burnout? When you're working so hard every day, you wake up and go, oh, do I have any more reserves? Like, oh, I got to pull this out. And you're not taking care of yourself. Well, when you take care of yourself, you can take better care of your company. And that's the whole premise of Pro Attitudes. And it's also the premise of optimized health, which is what I brought to H7 in our group.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That was really good. I'd like to, before we move over to Optimize Health, do you mind sharing with our listeners who your target market is? Who are good prospects for you? So if they can, if it comes to their mind, they can actually connect with you about it.
Sure. I love working with my vertical is estate planners. So anybody who is focused on future of their clients, a lot of times they're not focused on their future. So that's a vertical that I started working with. I really enjoy working with estate planners, but I work with CEOs, VPs. I've been part of working with Fortune 500 companies when I work with their teams, usually leadership teams, and I love doing that. I do speaking. So I'm looking for company owners or leaders who really want to improve engagement and productivity in their companies. And estate planners are my vertical that I focus on, but I have VPs and CEOs from every walk of life.
Now, you're the Alpha Team lead of Optimized Health and H7, held on Mondays. Uh, why don't you tell those listening a little bit about what they can expect by attending the group, and also a little bit about when and where and all that stuff. So,
Sure. Well, first off, it's at noon Eastern time every Monday. And we have a team where we present. It's a little different than just networking, although we do go around the room, ask about celebrations, and also we ask for people to do a short introduction and who we can connect them with. But then we take a deeper dive into these topics. So I focus on habits, mindset, nutrition. Why nutrition? Because we're 3D printers, and every day we're building a pound of flesh. So it's out of those 50 trillion cells you got in your body. If you're not putting in good stuff, you're going to end up paying the price. And then we focus on total fitness, body, mind, spirit, and that leads to more mojo.
so are you saying that this is not just some health focused group that you're putting on? This is for body, mind, spirit supporting mindsets, all that stuff that you talk about. It's not just how to eat better alone. There's way more to it and more options to that. Give us another example that may not be like food related, maybe something else. Mindset related.
Absolutely. So I want you to think of it as all the diseases of this world that we have, the chronic diseases, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, morbid obesity. They are not just diseases of metabolism. They're diseases of the neural pathway of our brain. The neural pathways are what drives our habits. If I can reframe your belief systems, neuroplasticity is real and it works. We can change the way you think. And it's about mindset, but it's more than mindset. It's the science behind change, which is what we've included in Optimized Health. I've been a student of this for over 30 years. So it's really important for me to understand how to help people change for good. And all of that's incorporated into Optimized Health. And the people that come are absolutely coming back and loving it. I just had a call yesterday with somebody, and she just said, I have to tell you how much I enjoy. It's one of my favorite hours of the week. You always give me so much value. And it was I was so grateful for hearing that from somebody from H7.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Evan, thank you for being here with me in this moment right now. So I appreciate that opportunity. I also appreciate, as an Alpha Team lead, the work that you put in the commitment to service, and to really pushing out your influence, and being also way more supportive of other people as well in this community. So I just want to personally thank you for that. Is there any final words you'd like to share with those listening about the group or about yourself? You just like them to know.
I am somebody who's struggled in my life through through trauma when I was younger, through literally going public on 9/11 2001 in Cantor Fitzgerald in the World Trade Centers for a startup that I was in, to surviving corporate America. I want to help people regardless if it's part of my business. I love networking and finding somebody who's just starting out as an entrepreneur. And so anybody that's really struggling, I mean, that's what networking's about. I love the connect, but the serve part.
Yeah,
That serve part, I have to remember to ask. So,
yeah,
this is the stuff that feeds me.
yeah.
So H7 is it's kind of like my fertilizer for my garden. So
That's awesome. Thank you, Evan. All right, guys, for those listening in, just as a final touch, Optimized Health is a virtual online meeting dedicated to all the members of the community, wherever they may be, worldwide and global. They are all able to attend this meeting, and Evan and his Alpha team are doing a great job. So it's on Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you again, Evan. Thanks, everybody. Have a
thank
great
you.
day.